Hey, it's Biddy Penny. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have my Oh So Inspired card for you all. We share on the 20th of every month. It's a whole team collab, and this month we're being inspired by Sherry Gilson and her lovely, lovely card here. I took inspiration from the colors and the simplicity. I am using a brand new kit. It's Whisper of Summer from Unity Stamp Co. And these are a couple little freebies that came inside the kit. And there's a lot of perks and benefits to being a kit member. So it might be something you are interested in checking out. It also comes with inspiration pieces each month, which is so fun. And I'm just determined to use it as soon as it gets here before ever even putting it away. I had a really hard time deciding what my theme would be, but I did decide to do a girl at the beach because I'm a girl headed to the beach next week. So it's one of my favorite places to be is by the ocean. So I am going to show you guys today some simple stamping. We're just going to roll it back here and do a really simple card today. I know sometimes I pile on all the layers and mix media and I pull 50 things into my cards, but today we're just doing simple stamping. So what I'm doing here is stamping out the girl, some shells, and the sky. The beach will be at the horizon line for her. So I do need to mask her. So when you're trying to create a scene, the things that are closest to the viewer, if you want to think of it that way, that are closest in the frame of the picture, if you will, nearest to you, those would be up front. And like this girl's looking out at the beach, the ocean is going to be towards the back of the card, if you want to think of it that way. So it needs to be behind her. So that is why we mask her off. And then stamp over the mask with the ocean. And when you pull the mask away, then it looks like she's sitting at the beach. It's really a simple concept, even though I may have overcomplicated it with my terminology. I hope that you see what I'm doing today really is quite simple. I just used a regular Post-it note for my masking. Now I did smear over her right shoulder some ink, so I'm going to bring in my Mono Sand Eraser. These things are worth their weight in gold. They are so awesome. If you do a lot of stamping and you make boo-boos like me, they're a must-have in the craft room. I know you can't see the measurements. I apologize for that, but I'm cutting this down to 4 3/4 by 6 3/4. It's kind of become my favorite go-to size for my 5 by 7 backgrounds, which is what this is going to be. Now, when I trimmed off the side, I probably should have trimmed off this one where I didn't stamp all the way across, which was my bad. The stamp definitely would have reached. But I just brought on a micron pen and filled it in. And now I'm going to play with something new. Another new thing. The Tim Holtz watercolor, woodless watercolor pencils, I think is what he calls them. I like them. I have all of his inks, and so even in this card, you're going to get to see the power of like coordinating colors. So I'm using Fired Brick in the watercolor pencil, and I'm going to use my Fired Brick ink for stamping, and I love it already. Also, if you're intimidated by watercoloring, these might be a good place to start. Do you have to buy all 6 sets? No, honey, you don't. Just get one and see if you even like it. In fact, you could get the pencils individually sometimes, and you might try that. I think you can only get the black, the white, and the scorched earth at this, or scorched timber. I always want to say scorched earth, but it's scorched timber. But I loved how I laid it on lightly. I put water on it. Then I went back on top and did another layer on top, and it just kind of painted on like butter. So, I just feel like these might be something for people who want to start watercolor, but they're intimidated. Can they replace a palette? No way, Jose. No, no, no. But they are fun. So I even used the Rusty Hinge for her suntan. And I colored up almost this entire card with these pencils today. The only exception is some splatter that I needed to do. So I brought in my watercolor palette for that. But you could get your splatter on with these as well. I just went with the path of least resistance and pulled out my palette. I colored in her hair and her skin, and I think this lady's been to the beach more than once or twice. She's got more of a tan than I do. So I brought in this dye that's been in my stash and hardly loved at all. So sorry. It's from My Favorite Things, and it's called Braided Border. And I just wanted to kind of create a sunshine. I want to use a sentiment. I had such a hard time picking the sentiment I wanted to use. There were so many amazing sentiments in this monthly kit that I used like 4 or 5. Just use them all. So I used Hello Summer. And I just kind of rough cut a circle, to be honest. Put some glitter wow embossing powder on it. And I'm really trying to stick to a basic color palette of teal and red, because that's what was in our inspiration card from Sherry. So that's what I'm trying to do. You should definitely go check out Sherry's Instagram page. It's very inspirational and beautiful. And always, please click on the playlist and watch what our team has made. It's going to be fun. It's all inspired by this same card, but everything will be completely different. So there's surely something for everyone. So I stamped out more sentiments from the same kit. And then now I could not help myself, but I had to ink blend a little bit of the sun rays, which is what that braided border die was, what I was trying to create with it, were like sun rays. And then I grabbed some more colors, and I'm going to fill in the ocean. I thought the red and the swimsuit and the teal in the ocean, that's kind of how I landed on making a beach card, besides the fact that I'm headed to the beach and it's salt water is on my mind. When I wanted to pull, that's what I wanted to pull. And the simplicity, like the simplicity of her card. That's something I don't normally do. It's not, I wouldn't say it's my style at all. I can do it, but it's just not my thing. But it's, really good to like exercise your creative muscles and do things outside of your comfort zone and do things that you wouldn't normally do. I think it's a really healthy exercise that I try to do. I don't do a lot of other exercise, but I do try to do that. So now I'm ink blending the sun as well. No, yellow was not a part of the color palette, but what this is going to do along with these strips is have your eye travel. I'm also bringing in a little bit of brown for some splatter, and that's a neutral, so it's a freebie. But essentially what I'm going to try to do here is create an eye line. So, it goes from like the hello sunshine to the water to the girl on the beach down to the sentiments. It's basically enticing your eye to travel across the card. And maybe that's a concept you don't think about often when you're making a card, but it is a good one. It is a good concept. So to me, it really needed to be yellow. And then I went the extra mile of putting it on a yellow card base because I can. I can and I will, and I did. I can't wait to see what everyone on the collaboration team has come up with on the creative team of Oh So Inspired. I'm sure it's going to be something completely different than this, and that is exciting. I had a lot of fun putting this card together. I had so many ideas based on the inspiration card, but this is where I landed. And it's fun. It's very fun. And you know what? You don't have to get caught up in coloring everything all the time. It's nice to just play around and have a little pop of color. There you can see I did a real simple stamping for the inside of the card as well. And that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you next time. Bye.